Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 84. Cam Jansen, dude, what is 84. Wrong with you? What 84. Is wrong? Oh, there you go. I'm waiting for you to say the number, 84. You always repeat the number, 84, 84.
Well 84, who the fuck's 84?
Listen,
Who's 84?
I don't like doing these when we're not in the same spot. I just got to throw that out there right now.
I know it sucks. It's all good.
Okay.
We got shit going on. We got shit going on, dude. Both of us, especially you.
So we're actually on a Zoom call right now, and I can see you. You can see me. What's going on behind you? Where's your jerseys?
No, I'm in the kitchen or the living room right now. In the blue collar part of Eureka.
What is in the background though? Like what is on the wall?
It's a fucking saying, dude. It's like Kate put it
that's
up.
The
Look, we're selling the
house
house.
I've ever seen.
No, but it looks
the longest
like
saying I've ever seen.
But if you're like in a cave back in like 500 AD or something, and there's like a cave drawing, and that's probably what it would say, like God bless things and like love you and Jesus and things like that. So it's up all positive. Kate picked it up. I don't know what it says, to be honest with you, but it's there. And it looks sellable when you walk in the house. That's all that fucking matters.
Is that in English? Is that in English? Like, what is it written?
Yeah. No, it's in English. It's I'm not reading it.
Read it.
No, it's long, dude. And we're doing a podcast right now. I'm not reading that. Dude. And then you critique my reading. I'm not playing that game, homie.
Cam, give me a couple lines.
I'm not playing that game.
Give me a couple lines. What is that thing?
It says, darling, here's a short list of everything in this world I want for you. First off, you'll need a brave heart and a whole lot of love. Big love, Andy. So much of that I can't contain it all, so you can't give it. What the fuck am I reading? I wish you blessings, too many to count. Okay, I'm done.
All right. For people who don't know, that's like maybe 5% of how long this saying is. How long would it take you to read this entire thing? Why do you have that on the wall? Get it off the wall. You want to sell your house.
I'll read another line. No, let me read another line. Let me read another one. I pray that you will fall in love with the mountains and oceans and rivers and trees and all creatures, great and small. That's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. Because once you fall in love with all of them, you will vow to protect them, Andy. And I hope you become everything you truly are. May you be surrounded by peacemakers, dream makers, builders, healers, and lovely people who lift you up. That's certainly not the goddamn case. You bring me fucking down. You bring me down. I need people to lift me up. Fuck this. I'm reading the whole thing. Stay faithful to your purpose and forever behold your dreams. Be a pioneer. Be a pioneer in this world and chart your course to search for the good and the beautiful, always facing your true north. What does that mean? True north. I don't want to be fucking cold. I want to go down south. I'm going to go down south to Bahamas and chill out and like catch fucking food in the ocean and shit, you know?
Are you a beach guy or a mountain guy?
I'm a both guy. I want beauty one way or the other. I'll adapt to the mountains. Here's a bad thing about the mountains. I'm not a mountain guy because I played hockey and you're like, oh, you like the fucking cold. No, I don't. I like fires and like Christmas shit. But I don't want to be out in the cold. I don't know how to like kill things unless like you come in my house, I have to bare hand kill you. But other than that, I don't know how to hunt and shit. So like the north is more bears and shit. I can't deal with it. The south, I don't know the ocean. So like when you mean go fish, I'm not good at that either. So am I gonna like jump in there and be like, oh, where's the fish? Do I grab one? Like I don't know how to do any of that. I'm kind of fucked one way or the other. To be honest.
Is that how you fish? Like you grab the fish out of your water with your bare hands?
I don't know. I honestly, I have no patience for it, and I don't really care for it that much. I like to sit and jam out to music.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there, man. The movers today. By the way, we're moving. Yeah. So we had movers come to the house today. I mean, I'm playing music. They love that. I was handing out Pink Whitney. There you go. So all the spitting chicklets people out there, you know what? And our boys, I'm handing out Pink Whitney to the movers.
Is that a compliment or a diss? Like you have to hand it out?
No, it's a compliment. I mean, listen, it's cool and everything.
Everybody knows it.
They wanted it.
Seltzers.
Oh, they wanted the Whitney, man. I mean, hey, the seltzers are like gold. I don't hand those.
Yeah, they're gold dust. No, you got to keep them bad boys.
I keep those, man. I keep those.
Well, we always run out in the studio, and I'm like, where's my fucking mango? And you're like, I didn't talk to them. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Go to the goddamn gas station.
I did that before, actually.
I know
Sometimes
you
you just got to hook up with him, man, and he gives us the product that we need and all the different flavors, including mango. And now they're making like full-on cases with just mango. Just mango.
Oh, really?
You don't have
No,
that variety pack. You can just get mango. So
they
anyway,
should put
moving
mango
sucks,
on the side.
Moving sucks. Like,
can I give you my advice on it right quick? So
yeah.
I look at it like this, like, man, I used to buy houses in not buy them, but like I did buy houses in Jersey, but you would rent apartments and you'd fucking, oh yeah, I made the NHL. I'm going to move all my shit up here. And then I move all my stuff up here to move into like a bigger house because I thought I was rich. And it tore my shit up so fucking bad. I'm like, I will never do that shit again. And so now I just rent shit whenever I played. And like, there's so much that you learn. It's unbelievable. But I hate when people call me and say, hey, dude, can you help me move? You know what I say to them, man? I go, no, I won't. You know why? Because you're cheap. I know how much money you make. You made more money than I did last year. I'm not helping you move. You know what that means? You're cheap. Pay for somebody to move your shit. I'm not doing it. I'll help you organize, or I'll help you do like maybe something, but I'm not helping you move. Done with it. Don't ask me, Andy.
No,
Cheap
moving
ass.
sucks. Moving sucks, man. I hired the movers. They were cool. They did a great job. Moving America. We'll give them a little shout out for how hard they work. They work their ass off, just so you know.
Good.
Man. I mean,
Good.
that's like real work. But I'm one of those, I want to get rid of everything. I don't want to keep anything. This lady came today to pick up like a play kitchen. By the time she left,
God,
dude, I loaded up her truck, dude, with so much shit. I was handing out things left and right. Here, take this. You want this?
Andy, can I say another thing? Andy, can I say another thing, please?
What?
When I'm looking at these houses and I walk in there, and I shouldn't even say this. The house is beautiful, open, lovely. But then you see their furniture and you see their kids' toys around, and I'm like, get rid of that. Why is that sitting there? Take that kid's toy and take it outside and put a fucking blanket over it. I don't want to see it. I don't know why it turns me off so bad. I have to be like, stop. Kids' toys everywhere. Get rid of that shit, Andy. If you hoard that stuff, that's another thing that I'm going to get mad at you about. Why? Like, they're getting older anyway. Eventually, they're not even going to hang out with little kids' toys that are just jammed everywhere in your house. It ruins your house. Devalues it big time.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not a hoarder, dude. I'm the opposite. I get rid of everything.
Is your wife a hoarder?
Oh, a little bit. She has
put your foot down.
A hard time. She has a hard time getting rid of shit.
Andy, put your foot down, homeboy.
And I can't.
Don't make her run your show in every aspect of life, which she does. Put your foot down once in a while. Be like, no, girl, I love you. You're beautiful. You're great. You're a great mother. But here's the deal. This Candyland set that's gigantic, that's sitting in the side of the house where we have lovely stuff, and all of a sudden there's a pink Candyland big thing. I don't know what I'm saying, but that's just why the kids haven't even looked at it in 6 years. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Did you see that video I sent you of that guy driving the boat who just he crashed the boat? I mean,
oh God.
That seems,
Andy,
I never thought about boat crashes being as dangerous as they are, man. That is one of the scariest situations ever. Well, what are these guys not doing? Is there a brake? Man. Do you pump the brakes? What do you do?
Oh, God.
How do you stop the boat?
No wonder you hired some 16-year-old kid that was creeping your wife out for 8 hours on a 20-foot pontoon on a pond. You hired a guy to drive you around on a pond because you thought there was fucking
a lake in Wisconsin,
you thought there were brakes on a boat. That's why you're not driving. That's why. There's no brakes. You put it in reverse, man. You got to angle it weird. You got to turn the wheel and guide it this way. And it's a skill set you have to have. Look, you could be your waves could hit you weird. You get jammed up, and all of a sudden you hit a boat. There's nothing you could do about it, man. We used to go up to these restaurants and look down and just sit there. And my dad would be when I was a kid and say, "Watch these guys, watch them pull up." And they pull up these guys these 22-year-old kids that are driving their mommy and daddy's boat, and they're like, "I got girls on here. I know what I'm doing. My mommy and daddy have money." And they fucking pull up and they're like, "Yang, yang, 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 yang." And the fucking people are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And they'd ram into something and everybody would laugh. and they end up not even going into the bar because they're so fucking embarrassed and they just leave again. It was funny. It's not funny. It's fucking embarrassing. And then you'll have a wife. I'd have this poor Kate. Oh God, I would have her pull the trailer down when I'm pulling the boat up a couple times, right? Like I'm like, girl, I don't want you putting around. The river's going fast. I need to be in the water with the boat. You need to go up there and and there's all these older men like, who's this girl taking this thing down? And I'm sitting in my fucking boat like, God, poor girl. Oh my God. And they're all like watching her because there's a big lineup and she's trying to eke her way back down. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden she does, and she makes it down, and like that if your girl does that for you, you gotta fucking keep her. If your girl figures out how to drive that trailer down with a bunch of fucking Hoosiers watching her, like evaluating every move and like critiquing everything she does, and you're sitting there like there's nothing I could do because I'm in my boat, and she finally makes it down, and it's just a cool feeling, man. That means you have a good girl. Write that fucking down.
Yeah, shit. Fuck, are you done yet? I mean, you just went on for about 5-10 minutes. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, wake back up, homie. People will know.
Hey,
you don't know shit.
I thought of you today because I'm just getting rid of shit left and right, handing like autographed pictures, autographed sticks.
Don't do that.
I've got like a pair of like Doug Waite used skates that I gave to my neighbor.
No, why are you giving those away? That's a fucking offense, dude. Don't be stupid.
I had autographed Peter Trianic hockey gloves that he gave me. I fucking handed those out to a neighbor.
You're talking about Dougie Waite.
I'm just giving out shit left and right.
You're talking about Dougie Waite and you go to Peter Trianic. I'm like, who gives a fuck about him?
Christian Backman, the original 55.
Get out of here with that bullshit. Yeah, get those away.
Autographed sticks.
Yeah,
what am I going to do with them? What am I going to do with them?
No, you keep them, Andy. I did the same shit for a long time, man. And now I look back at it, I'm like, fuck, I'm moving into this house. I'm like, there's so many rooms I want to decorate with shit. And like, that's the stuff you do it with, dude. Even if it's Christian Backman, you scratch his fucking name out and you put Brett Hall on the goddamn thing. Who gives a shit?
Oh, I found an autograph from Brett Hall that I had from like when I was like 11
You probably
years
gave
old.
that to your neighbor who had no idea who he was.
No, he wrote it on a napkin, like at a movie theater when I was a kid. That's kind of cool, dude.
Andy, throw the napkin away. Andy, throw the fucking napkin. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude,
throw the napkin away.
I also found my my youth hockey picture, dude. How intimidating was I, by the way?
Oh my!
Can you tell me how intimidating I was? Andy. I got a text message from.
That was so. I didn't see it till late at night.
I gotta tell you this. I got a text message. I'm on a group text. Not the name drop. I don't want to say who it is, but like some very well known.
They fucking name dropped in.
I don't know about
fucking cool.
So he said he put a side-by-side picture of me and Tom Brady at the NFL Combine. He goes, some people get noticed, some people don't, or something. I was like, my God.
Andy, you look like a... You ever see like wildlife videos where the giraffe would have like a baby and the giraffe would try to get up like, I don't know what I'm doing. You had the biggest shoulder pads, the smallest head, the tiniest legs, the biggest, like you were so awkward looking to where I'm thinking, I can't picture you skating around. Your shoulder pads are so fucking big to where it's like you're so top heavy. It's like one of those punching bags in the early 90s that you punch and they like lean back and like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Who did that for you? Who
did you ever wear
those shoulder pads?
First off, hold on. I was always about like hand-me-downs, especially like with like I didn't like new shoulder pads. I either
but you're playing for high school. They should give you it.
I know they don't even do that. But remember Donzi's, like the brand of the shoulder pad? Do they have those when you were a kid or no?
Donzi's
like you're not that much younger than me.
Donzi's
no. Donzi's were like the black shoulder pad with the orange padding on the inside. They look like football shoulder pads, but guys were wearing them back then. And so that's what I had on. They were massive shoulder pads. My ears, not as big as my ears though. My ears were pretty big.
You looked so. It was so bad. I can't. It's so funny. I saw that like 6 o'clock in the morning. I get up, I'm like, ugh. And I look, I kind of scroll through Twitter and I see you. I'm like, oh my fucking God. And I immediately woke right up. I'm like, that is the funniest goddamn picture ever. But you scored 30 goals that year, didn't you?
I know. That was my freshman year, too.
I should have tagged Chaser in it and said, stick his hands in St. Louis. And he'd be like, oh, he would have fucking beaked you so fucking bad, dude. You would have been crawling out of a hole. He said, dude, he chirped you so fucking bad, dude. What are you talking about?
He said that.
He fucking beat them.
20 years old.
I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it.
Oh, you think I'm lying about it?
No, I think you're fucking delusional, homie.
Just like some don't believe that, like...
You're so delusional, you have no idea. I bet I'd give Chaser a lie detector test right now, and he would pass it. He didn't say it.
Okay. He said
we'll tweet him.
He said it on a radio show, too.
He was making fun of you. Oh,
what do I say? No, what do I say that doesn't sound like too crazy? How do I prove that I'm being 100% honest? Like, what can I say?
You can't.
What can I say?
Well, you get like a score sheet of you like scoring 6 goals a game or something, homie, and you don't have that. So like, it's like you have the best hands in the league where you're like 8th on Parkway North.
Didn't say it. He said it.
Andy, he's a smart ass. He was making fun of you.
Not
he
true.
Didn't pump everybody's tires up.
Not true. Back then,
No. You were probably a cocky little kid, and he fucking said, you're the best of the best. And he's like, no, you suck. That's what he's thinking. You don't even know that. You're funny, dude. Look at your picture. Like,
well, that's my freshman. I was like 14 years old, dude. Okay? I got to fast forward when I had like some long...
No, dude, you're crazy, dude. You really think that? That's so funny.
Oh
man.
My God, he did say it. He said it.
Yeah,
twice.
he told me that I had the best hands in the NHL when I played too.
Did he?
He said, "Yeah."
Well, I could have told you. He was lying.
When Osh, David Perron, they're all on the fucking team. He's like, "Cam, you got the best hands on the team." I'm like, yeah, you're right, I do. I'm gonna talk about this on a podcast.
Who's the most skilled player you ever played with? Ever?
Covey.
He's the best player too, right? Okay, who's the best player?
Best player?
Probably Kobe, eh? Yager?
Yager. I mean, yeah. Not at a time, but yeah, Yager.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or Marty.
We got. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Marty for sure.
100%. Marty would make saves. He would make. Honestly, I've never seen a goalie do this. Like, well, I mean, I was young too, but like I would see him like in games, he would make a kick save and actually pass it to John Madden or Jay Pandolfo on the wing or somebody on the wing.
On a kick save.
On a kick save, like it'd be a kick save pass, like break out his zone, like done. Like, what? I can't even get the fucking puck out of zone, and he's making a save, kicking it up, saucing it past guys. Like, fuck that.
Oh my God,
it's crazy, dude. Like, I've never seen that before, ever.
All right, so this is like a little bit of a different open, obviously. I'm sitting here in my car.
I know, dude.
Cam's got like the Constitution written up on the wall behind
I had 4 hours of radio. I did 3 hours of radio in the morning. Then I waited 2 hours and did my show, and then now I'm like,
Did you bleach your hair?
No.
Your hair looks like it's bleached blonde.
No, it's the can light.
No, I think it's bleached blonde.
It's can light, homie.
Princess Cam got some blonde hair now.
Well, I am princess.
I feel like you would have done that when you were a kid. Like, did you bleach your hair blonde?
Fuck yeah, that's why I lost it. I used to put peroxide in my hair to make it. I wanted to be so different, man. I wanted to like stick out and shit. And so I remember putting a fucking earring in my ear one time. I remember I just wanted to, like, hockey didn't do it because like no one even gave a fuck. So you had to like be different in a way. So I wanted to put bleach. I don't know. I just want to be different, dude. And I remember doing that.
They were like, "What? You play hockey?"
No one even knew.
They don't even know what that means.
They
when
didn't
you're
know
in
what
St. Louis, especially back then.
In the 90s, they
don't even care. I was the only kid, dude, in my entire grade school.
Oh, here we go.
K through 6. The only kid that played hockey, dude. And you know what?
One of my buddies
my hockey jacket. It made you feel different. I didn't
even have a jacket because I played juniors and no one even knew, but they came to my games. But like my close friends would come, but like it was so weird. Like, it's just, and you go up and live in Windsor and you go to high school there, and you're in the fucking paper, and you're, I'm wearing like sweatpants into a Catholic high school where everybody's wearing like, I'm like, I didn't give up. I wear the I wore a USA jacket with a hat, with sweatpants on, with no notebooks, in my big ass Yukon, because I assigned in like parking. No one had a car, and I'd walk through, and I'd sit in there like, Cam, where's your outfit, Cam? Your school outfit? And I'm like, I don't know. They're like, okay, you could just chill. You're okay. I'm like, it was so surreal, weird. It's so funny, man.
Hey, some of the comments from that picture that Brody put up, though, like one of them said, was this picture taken the year that Cam bought his house or something like that?
I bought a house when you were playing for Parkway North.
Oh, man.
I had no business buying even this humble little house I've lived in. I had no business at that age buying it, but whatever. I don't know how I got credit for it.
What do you think of Jumbo Joe going to Toronto? I want to.
And they might fucking win. Fans. Fuck that. Fucking right. Hey. Good for you, Toronto. Good for you, Kyle Dubas. You little nerdy. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it, but he is Andy.
I know.
Like, fuck.
Okay, but he's
like, I'm Kyle. I'm coming into. I'm going to put my foot down on things. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Toronto. Hey, Toronto. Listen, Joe Thornton, man, he's a legend. He picked you. I don't know how many options he had. Probably like maybe one.
They got Wayne Simmons for 1.5. They got Wayne Simmons.
I know.
Like, fuck yeah. Good for you guys, man. Good for them.
They went from being one of the fastest to like now they're like mid range because they've got so many slow guys that are going to balance it out.
No, I'm not chirping them, man. I'm not.
But they would have been sick. They would have been sick a couple years ago. I will say that. But I love Joe Thornton. He's one of my favorite players.
Dude. So awesome.
Of this generation. Like, he's so likable. Like, how could you not like Joe Thornton, man? He's such a good guy. And we've hung out a little bit. His brother, John, got to know him.
Here we go.
When he'd come into town to see his brother, like, he came to St. Louis a couple times when San Jose was here. And after a playoff game, I went to the team hotel for San Jose, and we sit down, we're having some drinks, and people ordered dinner, and Joe Thornton ordered ice cream, an ice cream sundae, okay, like late at night, and he just ate it. He's like a little kid. He kind of reminds me of you a little bit. He's just kind of in his own world.
With a lot more money?
Who he is. Yeah, he's got a lot of money. But he's just like a little kid. He's like, can I get an ice cream?
I'll explain the ice cream thing. He probably ate, man, and he's so used to eating like these pregame meals and like the after meals where you always have ice cream, and that's just kind of like your fix before you go to bed to kind of like, I don't know. So it's not. So it's like it sounds kind of goofy, but that's just your routine for 22 years.
Yeah,
you eat ice cream with the boys, you know.
So the boys. So all I want to say to Toronto is, though, man, this guy's coming on board. Like, they better do it right for this fucking guy.
I agree.
Do it right
that.
for Jumbo.
Thank you.
So
Thank
you better
you,
be focused. Quit fucking around.
Yes.
Thinking you're bigger and better than you really are, because you know what? This guy has one or two more chances to win. Give him his Stanley Cup.
Give it to him. I want Toronto to win. I swear to God, I want Toronto to win. I want them to win and fucking party and blow that fucking in a good way. In a good way. Like, just be awesome. Like, you deserve it. All these families in Toronto that pay out the ass in taxes and fucking, and they like try to go to games, like my billet families up there in Guelph that would drive 50 fucking minutes just to pay $700 a ticket. Like, I want them to win it. Like, I want you guys to win it. Bad, dude. I really do. They deserve it. It'd be great for hockey. It would. Fuck that. I'm saying it.
No, I'm with you, man.
I swear to God, dude.
Take it serious. Take it serious. You've got all these good dudes, these veteran players, man. Go.
Smack them. Get them going. Joe Thornton, I'd be like, oh, whoa, Austin, wait, chill out. You're coming with me today. I'm taking you golfing. I don't even know this town, but I'll walk around this fucking town. I'm a bigger dick than all you motherfuckers. You follow me. Let's go. Although I haven't won yet, but we're going to win this year. I'm taking over. Like, that would be – and he's so awesome. Like, do it.
He played in the O. He's from the area. That is his town, man.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, okay, then there you go.
And he's an NHL star. It's Toronto. It's his town.
He's bigger. He's the biggest superstar on that team, dude.
So let's go.
Joe Thornton is. Fuck yeah. Then lead him. Listen to him.
Have some respect for what Joe Thornton brings to the table. Now he's on your team, so make it happen.
Exactly.
All right, listen, Nick Kypreos is on this edition. I wanted to get Kyper on, man. Kyper's a good dude.
Yeah.
I will say this about Kyper. Always been, like, super nice, man. Like, Not a whole lot. I mean, he knows like the position he had, like when he's on TV up in Canada, hockey night in Canada. He knows he's a big deal, man, but he never acted like it. Doesn't treat you like that. He's just a good ass dude. So, I love the fact that he has like confidence in who he is too, to kind of step away from it and being like, you know what, I don't really need to do this anymore. I don't do it for like ego purposes, just so I can be on TV until the day I die. He's like, you know what? There's other shit I want to do. I got other interests that I want to.
I got good hair.
Start to get into. So I love the fact that he was willing to do that, man. There's something to be said for that.
I know. I agree with you. No, it's good to like not be owned by anybody. Like, fuck, I'll go. All right, I'm good. I'm cool enough. I did I fell in fucking Grant Fuhr, and I don't give a fuck. And I went in '94 and won with the best, like one of the most like exciting teams ever to win the Stanley Cup. '94 Rangers. I mean, I would say that's one of the most like entertaining Stanley Cup finals ever.
But hey, you know this game though. There's people. Oh no, dude! I mean, the Rangers winning. Like, I mean, this will last a lifetime, dude. That call will go down. It'll never get old. Seeing Messier guarantee the victory, all that type of stuff.
All that Mateau. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of guys out there who their ego is so big, man. They will never. Their entire life and identity is based completely around getting attention and being on television, radio, whatever it is.
That's how I am.
I'm looking at you right now.
I am the most. I'll walk into a party and just try to be the big, like, honestly, center of attention, and my wife hates it. So I get that, dude.
Yeah.
I crave attention.
So they'll never quit. If you gave Cam the option to like, Cam, we're gonna pay you.
I don't rip people off though, man. I don't do that shit. Like, you gotta pay me
$10,000 a month to do 1 day a week, or you can do it for free 5 days a week. You're like, okay, I'll do it for free 5 days a week.
I know. I need to, like, Kate needs. I don't know. I just like to do. I like to keep my groove, man, and like the radio keeps my groove going, baby. That's how it is, and you're the same way too. But no, he's cool, man. That guy came on for like an hour and a half, and he had to take another call and come back on. Like, I like that, dude. He gave us our attention, dude. That's awesome.
He's cool. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
I think he got pissed at me when I asked him about the Grant Fuhr thing, buddy. I go, no. He goes, what do you want to hear, Cam? I go, that's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear. He's like, okay. Yeah, okay. That's awesome. I love it. No, let's go, baby. Let's go toe to toe.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Problem with that, did he?
Hell no.
And
he's awesome.
I've asked him about that before. You know how many times he's been asked about that? And listen, I don't know how often St. Louis people who remember that incident when he fell on Grant Fuhr and Pronger just like assaulted him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if St. Louis people have ever heard him like truly give his.
He tells in Canada, not in St. Louis. Maybe St. Louis people.
Exactly. So people will like this. All right, Nick Kypreos in this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast. Be sure to enjoy this one, man, and take a listen and support the stuff that he has going on too. He's got his own drink, dude. He's got a book coming out, so we talk about that a little bit as well. All right, as always, the Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. CarShield.com. Mention the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%. It's that simple. Again, go to CarShield. Customize your own plan, Cam. You can do it as long as you want, as short as you want. Make it however you want. CarShield.com. Again, the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%. How about Bud Light Seltzer, baby? 4 flavors. What are they? Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and
mango. Mango. I know what it is, Andy, and it's mango. Okay.
Mango, baby. All right, BudLight.com. Check that out. 100 calories, less than a gram of sugar, 5% alcohol too. So get your mind right with Bud Light Seltzer. What about hockeytraining.com? Hockeytraining.com.
Dude, people are texting me about Hockey Training too. Like,
I know, coaches. I saw that. I saw some messages about that.
Yeah, I love it, baby. Like, oh, dude, look them up and like go in your basement. That's all you gotta do. It doesn't even cost you money. Like, really, like just like they'll take care of you. They'll give you the information to sit in your basement and do it. You don't need to go to a gym or anything. It's so easy.
No, it is easy. And hopefully people continue to do it, man. Supporting hockeytrainer.com because they're legit. They know what they're doing. Their videos are unbelievable. So be sure to check those out. Again, hockeytraining.com. Bellman.com. Check out their pre-owned vehicles. Their used cars as well. You got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on one side of the street. On the other side, the Cadillac, the Buick, the GMC, all in Troy, Missouri. So say hello to Dan. You know he'll hook you up, and you know the kind of service you're going to get there. You know the kind of service you'll get there, Cam.
Classy service. Your wife could walk in there. It doesn't matter. They don't creep you out. They don't try to like bug you. Like, well, why don't you buy this better thing? Oh, how about this thing? No, I want this, idiot boy. I want this. They don't fuck around like that. Like it's like, yeah, whatever you need. Like, just take your time here. I'll be next to you. Hey, oh yeah, well yeah, I could talk about anything. You want to talk about like flowers? Fine. You want to talk about hockey? Fine. I'm not bragging to you how much cooler I am than your husband or something. Unacceptable, Andy. Probably happens to you all the time.
Never. Bellman.com. Check out the new cars. Check out the pre-owned cars as well. KeepItHandsome.com, baby. Listen.
Oh.
The hair stuff is incredible. We know that, right? They've got the gels. They've got everything that you could ever want. They've got the beard moisturizer, the head balm. Like, if you don't have a lot of hair in your head, dude, check out the and you can use it if you got it sick flow, too. Just put it on top of your head. The head balm is incredible, dude. It smells great. I love everything these guys are doing. Hey, mention the promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save 15%. Also, check out their hoodies. Fight Ugly. I get asked about that all the time, Cam. I wear that hoodie around. People say, whoa, what is that? What does that even mean, dude? How would you explain that, Cam?
Well, it's anti-bullying. You fight the ugly in life, and you keep it handsome afterwards. Meaning, like you just, if you got to help somebody up that this is just not doing the right thing, or you want to stick up for somebody, but you do it the right way. You don't punch people when they're down. And this kind of thing, like metaphors like that, Andy, or in hockey, you look at different things, and it helps anti-bullying. And anybody knows, girl or guy, that it goes on in elementary school, in middle school, and it could bury you. Confidence is so big as a kid. It was with me. And when you have a bully around, you just got to avoid them. Like, gosh almighty. That's why, Andy, I keep my messages open. You want to talk? I've had plenty of people, and I call them back, and they're like, God, my kid, like, he just gets – I go, here's what I would do. And you could take it and whatever, but it's anti-bullying. We love it. It's for a great cause. And you'll look sexy in the process because your hair smells good. And my wife smells my head, and she's like, oh, my God, I want you. Like, I want you tonight. I'm like, okay, good. Thank you.
And get that beard moisturizer, too, if you've got the big beard. You know, a lot of guys wear
well, you don't.
Nowadays, so, no, I can't grow one. All right, we got to let's get to the interview. Nick Kypreos, the legend, former TV star of a sick flow, and is with us here on the Cam and Strick Podcast.
What up?
What's up, boys?
What are you doing, man?
What are you doing? Cam wants to know where you're at, what your setup is, where you're living.
Yeah. Where you at?
Are you next to Billy Armstrong? Yeah, that's what I hear on the street. You're in that neighborhood.
Cam, what's happening, bud?
What up, dude? You got a place? So you're in the mix. You got like you up in what's that lake called, Andy? The boy Wendell
Muskoka.
Muskoka, Wendell Clark, and all the boys. You got anything up there?
I'm not a Muskoka boy. I'm not a Muskoka boy.
Is that the fancy lad area, or what is that?
Fancy. Okay. You know, Goldie Hawn and Cindy Crawford and Martin Short. I can't. Paul Coffey. I can't get in that group.
Yeah. That's like the group. Wait, what's the group called with Chaser and all them up in Idaho? We can't get in that group.
Gaza Ranch?
Gaza Ranch. You're way behind that one. Holy mac! That's where Greta and all those guys are up there too. They always brag about it, but that's way out of the way. But yeah, no, you got to kind of be in close to the city, man. You're moving and grooving all over the place.
Yeah, a little bit here and there. You know, I mean, me and you are the same, man. We're just pluggers, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
that's all we are.
So, and how much do you miss now not going down to the going down to the studio and having to drive through the traffic and dealing with all that? I mean, you got to be loving life right now, kid.
I just walk down the stairs and turn on camera now on. It's awesome.
Nice. How nice is that, though? You could get up, you could watch TV, you can get your groove on, you have your coffee, you might make a couple phone calls or whatever the hell you got to do. Then you go in your little studio. And you're in your little happy place, man. Like, okay, if I fuck up, I'll do it again or whatever. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Exactly. I'll yell at myself.
I know. Trust me.
Right?
Hey, that happens. And you and Doug McClain, though, we'll get into that real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you guys as good of friends as it appears. I mean, it just seems like you guys have a good relationship.
Yeah, we are. We're good. Sometimes, we can get into a little bit of a hissy fit like any other old married couple, but, it's kind of a good mix.
Do you miss the TV, like the lifestyle, people like seeing you on television, like people sometimes, they get so caught up in the notoriety, the fame, all of that, man. Just the reaction you get on the street when you're walking around, when people notice you, which I'm sure they still do, but do you miss that part of it?
No. And I think it's just you get to a certain age where you're like, it's nice. It had its place, but now it can be a bit of a pain in the ass too. So I'm 54 years old. If I kind of quietly go on into the sunset, I'll be happy with that. I still like doing talking hockey. I love having a show. I love getting my opinion out, hearing stuff that's going on. It's still great to be involved in it. But as far as that day-to-day grind of a major network and travel and be here and do this and say that, I don't miss any of that at all.
Were you like a media darling? Like, you can tell which players have a future in the media, which ones kiss the media's ass, who want to have a future in the media, who are already planting that seed. Like, was that your reputation as a player? Like, how did you fall into the media career?
No, I don't. A media darling? Absolutely not. In fact, I was fired after my first year at Sportsnet. Ooh. And it didn't look good at all. And for whatever reason, and I know the reason, my boss kept me around on a real limited basis in the second year, and I was able to kind of recover. So I got a good story in my book. My book is coming out next week, Undrafted, which I was never drafted. And to your question, Cammy, I was never really a media darling. I was never one of a top draft pick / sportscaster. It wasn't me. I just had to find a way to grind it out. And I got fired after my first year. I think somebody's felt sorry for me, or at least I had Scott Moore, my boss at the time. I hate the fact that one reporter leaked the information that got out. Wow. And actually, in spite of him, kept me on my second year.
Damn. Wow, that was Andy's question, by the way. I didn't think you're a fucking media.
And by the way,
you're a very handsome dude.
By the way, do you have a book on tape? Because Cam can't read. I always tell people that to make sure we need a book on tape just in case.
Recycle another joke.
Can you provide that for us? For Cam, at least.
I got one for a lot of ex-players. I've also left space. I've left space in between the pages to color too.
Oh, I like that.
No, we like that.
Okay, so for Andy and I, we got a pretty good setup here. We work at a radio station. I have my own show every single day. Andy has one time a week. I guess I'm better than him.
That's what I want.
But it's easy. Thankfully. You could be yourself. We started this podcast a year ago. We could be ourselves. If you don't like it, then you have to kind of like reach for it, right? But when what you were doing compared to now, like, you kind of have to be a robot. You have to look a certain way. Is there any instances where you're like, okay, I got to fucking bash this guy. Oh, wait, but they won't let me do it. But I know it's the right thing to do. Like, that must have happened all the time with you.
Well, especially at Sportsnet when they signed that massive television deal, right? Because it became abundantly clear that you're partners now with the NHL. So, and, it's bad business to try to screw over your partner, right? You want to support your partner. You want to sit there and go, we're making you money. You're helping us make money. That's what partners are supposed to do. So that was abundantly clear to me, when it happened. And, I'm like you. I just try to be a good team player. That's what we did in the dressing room. We try to get along with the Russians, the Swedes, the Finns, the Americans, the Canadians, right? That's what you do. You just try to be a good, supportive team player. So, with that comes limitations. With that comes sometimes, biting your lip and not getting out your opinion that you'd like. Clearly now, under various methods, i.e. podcasts, YouTube, Twitter, whatever the case is, you got a chance now to really be in a position to not feel like there's repercussions. So I've sensed that in my first year away from a major network like Sportsnet.
How much pressure is there, just in terms of the competition between Sportsnet and TSN? Who's first? Who reports what?
Yeah.
I mean, like really, like behind the scenes, Kyper. Like, how much of that exists?
Not as much today than it did my heyday, and a big part of the book that I just wrote talks about how TSN versus Sportsnet kind of formed. And, we've seen some pretty good battles, in the corporate world. I say it's our closest in cable TV in Canada to being like Coke versus Pepsi, or the beer up here was Molson versus Labatt's or Carling O'Keefe, out of Quebec. So that was it, man. It was just TSN versus Sportsnet. There was nobody else. There was no Twitter back then. There was no other competition. So we kind of went at it. And we were like that little chihuahua on a pant leg for TSN. We just kind of just started nibbling, at their big pie. And we were able to kind of create something. And not that I ever envisioned Cam to be a guy that broke news. In fact, I kind of hated it, to be honest with you. But it put a lot of money in my pocket. I can tell you that.
Well, Andy's going to make that money, and I get 50% of it. That's the deal we have.
Wait, you said
I don't deal with the bullshit.
So when you break stories, you're saying because I know you broke a big PK Subban story. I want you to tell that story, like when he signed or was traded to Nashville. I forgot how it went down, but you get that makes you money. That makes them look good. That's what they want.
But
right?
How does that work though?
Well, if you do enough of it, then they value it. So when your contract's up next time, you can ask for a lot more money. And, it's all about for Sportsnet and TSN, it's all about eyeballs. It's about clicks. It's about coming to the internet. It's about ratings. And if you create enough of a marketplace where people consistently come to you because they think that they're going to get information they're not going to get anywhere else, then you're going to be in a position to ask for a lot of money. And I was in that wheelhouse for Sportsnet on a couple occasions. I ended up my last deal was an 8-year contract.
Wow.
Which is unheard of in broadcasting. It's unheard of that people sign 8-year contracts. But I sat there and I said, listen, this is what I want. And they said, okay.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat, you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. You're like a player.
Dude. Like fucking Gretter.
Petro should have listened to that one. He could have gotten an 8-year deal.
Let me ask you this though about being that guy, and I guess I openly admitted I don't want to be I just don't. Andy does it, but it's a tough job. And do you ever see now some of these guys that retired, and they're in the media, Kyper, and a big boy gets on the market and is causing a lot of attention, and then that guy played with him, so now he's the inside scoop of what's going on because he's directly talking to him, but everybody else is talking to him too. But everybody else is talking to him, his agent, the GM, the scout, the this, the that. Do you see that on a regular basis when a big guy comes in? You see some of these ex-players played with him, and they're the insider.
Yeah, like some guys, I was in it, Cammy. I was in it full time, and I did it for many, many years. Now there's guys out there that think they want to do it, or they cherry pick.
There it is.
Like you said, because I played with him, so now I'm going to look super smart in this scenario. And then you disappear, and you don't really want to do it because you don't want to put the work in. I mean, you got to be on your phone 24/7.
Yeah.
You're looking and smelling for every story that is. Now, you look at the guys that really do it, like Darren Dreger, Pierre LeBrun, Elliot Friedman. I can assure you, they have no life. I had no life. It sucks. You got to be on the phone all the time. You're begging people to tell you shit. Please tell me something. Please. It sucks. It's not fun. And, you know, if guys want to come in and cherry pick here and there, that's fine. But chances are, you know, people aren't still going to come to you like they would others that live and breathe it. So, you know, everybody can be an insider now. You got a phone, you got a Twitter handle, anybody can be an insider now. A neighbor can be an insider. A mailman could be an insider.
A dipshit,
if you happen to be in the right place at the right time.
But a dipshit one. You're still not talking to all the big boys. Like, this gives Andy a boner. He loves this shit. I can't stand it.
Well,
no,
Andy's been at it for a while now. And Andy's made contacts over the years. Andy has people that trust him and he trusts them. So, you know, if there's a chance that Andy's got a piece of information that, you know, St. Louis Blues fans might want to hear, then that's got value. It's got value, and Andy knows it's got value, and it's got value when it comes to maybe negotiating his next deal. He's not stupid.
Yeah, it's just not valued as much here
exactly
by the bosses as much as it would be in Canada. I mean, that's where you guys have the advantage because your bosses, like, it's such it's such a different world there. Like here, Kyper, like they don't want you. Like, your bosses on the TV side, like when you're a rights holder, they don't want you breaking team stories, right? They want that coming from the team, right?
Well, you got to understand, though, that, you know, and I know this is splitting hairs when I say that, you know, TSN and Sportsnet, because they do own parts of the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's Bell and Rogers, so they own a part of the Toronto Maple Leafs. But it's a separate entity in terms of there's no real true, like, you know, you can't say that about the team. Not like it is for regional coverage in the States. So, you know, we never traveled with the team. We never had that type of relationship where I'm going to protect you. You don't sell each other out. That happens more in the States with regional television. But, you know, in the States, it's big news. You know, there's insiders in baseball and football. That's big news, and they make a lot of money, you know, sharing news and information that you can't get somewhere else. So there is a demand for it. The problem is, you know, hockey generally is your third, fourth, fifth sport in the United States, where in Canada, it's number one. And that's why we're able to, you know, suck a few bucks out of TSN and Sportsnet over the years.
So you don't have to, so what you're saying is, like, you don't need to be on the plane and being around the guys. Like, some of these guys maybe in, like, St. Louis or Nashville, when they go on the plane with these guys and they fuck up, and now I got to write a story on them, but I'm staring at them on a plane. And I didn't play hockey. I don't really have much leverage on the, like, you know, like, I have to be nice to these guys. So it's a what?
Yeah, I was going to say, though, like, you know, you see something on the road, you also know if you're going to say it or write about it, it's going to be the last time you see anything on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, fuck you. You're making our team look bad. I don't want you on here.
It's yeah, exactly. So, you know, you're not stupid. You need to pay the bills. You need to put food on the table, right? You gotta take care of your kids. So you're not gonna screw up your livelihood. So it's a different dynamic down there. It's kind of losing its luster a little bit up here with breaking news and all of that, because there is so many platforms that even if something breaks, like, again, to go back, you know, in my heyday a little bit, something could break and not come out even the next day. Now, when something's out, it's out in 30 seconds and everybody has it. And now nobody really remembers where it came from. 15 years ago, you can remember exactly who broke a story and how long you held the title of being the only one that knew anything. Today, you hardly get any credit for breaking news because everybody piles on right away. And before you know it, everybody acts like they broke the same piece of news.
Yeah, I know.
And nobody really truly gets credit for it anyways. There's too many of them out there.
No. Yeah. Well, nobody gets credit. We know that. That's for sure. But, when you work for, like, on the regional side, like here in St. Louis, whatever, you know things that you don't have the green light to report. Oh, God. But what's always interesting, though, Kyper, is sometimes, like, guys from different networks up in Canada will report the same exact thing within seconds of each other. Like, and I think a lot of people here are like, how does that happen? Like, is the same source telling the same people the same information at the exact same time for them to tweet it at the exact same time? Or is there an advantage when you work for a rights holder that you may get information like on trade deadline right when a trade call was made from a source with the league, or when a contract is registered, you're getting some information from a source with the league? Like, help me understand how that could happen at the same exact time.
Yeah, the answer to your question is yes, 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 yes.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. It's so funny because at the end of the day, there's only just a few people, that do have a certain amount of information, whether it's the player, the agent, some administration office people, league people. And then outside of that, you're on the outside looking in. So there is a sense for some agents that if I tell Drager, I got to make sure I tell Kypreos, I got to tell this guy, I got to tell that guy. And then, you want to balance it out. Sometimes I'll just tell Kypreos, but the next one I'm going to tell Drager or Bob McKenzie the next one. So there's a lot of that gamesmanship that goes on. And if you're an agent, you hope that you have everybody pretty much, not in your hip pocket, but very close if you need them, right? Because sometimes you got to spin something in the direction that favors my client. And, I don't like the way this story came out. I need another version of it. So I'm going to call TSN or I'm going to call Sportsnet, and I'm going to get them to see it my way. So there is all that interaction that goes on constantly as an insider in terms of using the media and allowing it to maybe, serve your own, agenda. So look at the other day, okay? Gallagher, Montreal. Mm-hmm. What was the big story up here 2 days ago? Gallagher, Montreal, break of talks, negotiation. So one reporter, Pierre LeBrun breaks it, and that's great for Pierre LeBrun. He gets 1,000 likes, he gets retweeted, he gets all the attention, and then boom, the next day he signs a 6-year deal, $39 million contract. So someone's, pulling the strings behind the scenes, and someone gets the reaction that they would have hoped by leaking it to Pierre LeBrun. And at the end of the day, Gallagher gets what he figure out in terms of, how you connect the dots. But behind the scenes, those dots are being manipulated, every day of the hockey season.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about the new Bud Light Seltzer.
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy-drinking, hard seltzer that comes in 4 delicious fruit flavors. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and Cam's favorite, mango.
Oh,
With
mango.
only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and less than a gram of sugar, you might as well have a few tonight or this weekend. Go to BudLight.com to buy Bud Light Seltzer online. Must be 21 years of age or older. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Yeah.
Now, back to the interview. Yeah. Well, listen, we've all been there. I mean, I reported the other day Nate Schmidt was going to Florida, right? I mean, and I was told by somebody.
You fucked up big time.
Well, no, I was told by somebody who would certainly know in that situation that this deal looked like it was happening. And
listen.
And then it got held up, and other teams all of a sudden kind of rushed it, and things change.
I've lived it for 20 years, buddy. And, Doug McLean's got this best line where he says, listen, I'm not telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you what I know or what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah.
I can only tell you what I'm hearing. And so many times, even you could have been accurate and without saying definitively he's going to Florida. I'm sure you were pretty accurate in terms of the interest out of Florida and how close he could become a Panther.
Yeah,
but
you're
right. Not saying it's there's others that want to go all in and say it's imminent or it's happening or this is what's going to happen.
Right.
But you're not wrong by saying this is what I'm hearing. But you know what? Everybody remembers that he goes now to Vancouver, not Florida, and you're the big dickhead, eh? You're wearing the big dick hat because you said Florida and he didn't go. Therefore, you were wrong. Your sources know shit, and you shouldn't try to be a newsbreaker. And it's like, scram, beat it, buddy. I've forgotten more hockey than you'll ever know. Okay.
Yeah.
So
well, you know what? You're right. And that was, listen. This is you said, Janny. This is Andy talking. But
I don't report. I reported Connor McDavid to the Blues and it didn't work out.
But Cam can say, you fucked up on that one. See that? And that.
I was joking.
But that's the way people can look at it. But they have no idea who you're talking to.
You didn't get chirped on Twitter
or whatever. No, I didn't.
No,
I didn't.
Fine.
But you know what? You still feel like shit when it's wrong. And like you don't want to be in that position, and you trust people who are giving you information. Like Kyper. I'm not like following the Nate Schmidt negotiations or any type of trade, whatever, but you get some pretty firm information and you feel comfortable with it and you go with it, and obviously it doesn't happen, then you kind of feel like shit, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
For sure. And I've been there, I've lived it. You want to be as accurate as possible. You want to be able to have people trust that what you're hearing is at least, accurate enough where you don't look like an idiot. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, when you're dealing with so many different variables in terms of sources and how things can change dramatically, and talks can break off and move in a different direction, it's hard to be 100% on all of it because there's so many moving targets. But at the end of the day, all we're doing is talking hockey and hoping that, someone that has zero contacts, zero ability to have a feel of what's happening, can use you as a way to connect them closer to the situation. That's all you're trying to do. Is at the end of the day, we're not curing cancer, unfortunately. We're not splitting the atom. We're talking hockey. For God's sakes.
I'm splitting the atom. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Hey, listen, but we want to get into some of your stories about your career too. But like real quick though, I kind of asked this a few minutes ago. Like, how did you get into television though? Like, how did that happen for you?
Got good hair, dude.
Besides the fact, I know Cam loves your hair.
I do. We got product for you, baby.
We got some. KeepItHandsome.com. It's out of Montreal. Use our promo code. Use
Canadian
our promo
boys,
code.
Kyper. Canadian boys.
We'll get you a discount there. But how did you walk into television after you were done playing there, Kyper?
Yeah, well, I never thought about the hair, but maybe that had a lot to do with it.
Did.
I was able to, be in a position, especially in New York City when we won the Cup, is a lot of guys bailed on a lot of stuff. We had an older team. We had a lot of guys married. They didn't want to do shit. They didn't, the PR department would sit there and go, okay, MTV Beach House in the Hamptons, want you to go out there, and guys, a lot of guys turn that down. I'm sitting there going, shit, man, I'm single, man.
Yeah,
you kidding me?
God,
I'm going to the Hamptons with the Stanley Cup, MTV house, hang out there for 3 days. Everybody's gonna kiss your ass. Okay, I'll go. So I just did a lot of that stuff, and I was able to kind of, and then because the NHL head office was there, I had a few people in the NHL that says, Nick's really good with the camera, or Nick's good on air. People like him. And it just got to the point where, when actually Sportsnet was starting, and it was only TSN at the time, they strongly recommended me to go up there and do an audition tape for this new sports station called Sportsnet. And I was able to go there and beat out, guys like Mike Gartner was auditioning, Pat Flatley. These guys were like future Hall of Famers and captains and Olympic team. And, I'm sitting there going, I have no hope in hell of getting this job, fourth line slug. Come on. And I ended up getting a job right off of retiring in 1998 in August. By October, I was doing a national show on Sportsnet.
Take us back to that party in the Hamptons on MTV real quick. No. Well, seriously though, you're the big dog. Like, God, you're the Rangers. You won the cup. Like, what? Like, did a limo pick you up? Did they take you there? Like, were you just like, oh my God, just probably beautiful women everywhere?
Madonna,
are you with the
Madonna?
Are you with the boys too? And you guys are all looking at each other like, okay, we're the big dick here. Like, we just won the cup. Like, God, take us through that, Lord.
Yeah. It's in the book too, by the way. Undrafted, available on Amazon.
Okay. So do you gotta do that?
Hey, I'm
sorry. You brought it up.
Hey, Kyper, we want a signed copy, and I want a case of Buddha too.
Send it all to me.
Buddy,
I'm serious.
I'm telling you, it was. I've never you look at Eddie Van Halen, who we just lost, right?
Yep.
And arguably one of the biggest, most genius musician there is. And you think about his life, right, over the years. And then, you win a cup in New York and you got about 5 seconds to kind of experience that a little bit when you win a championship in New York City. And the Hamptons was unbelievable. But I think, Jance, you might have been a little bit too young for the China Club in New York on a Monday night. But
China Club.
Oh my God.
He still is.
I kind of like that. Like China Club, that sounds great.
Just Google New York City China Club and start reading some of the stories. Okay. We took the Stanley Cup into this China the China Club, which is the best bar ever has been and ever will be in New York City. And we felt like Eddie Van Halen for 5 minutes.
I just looked it up on Pornhub. Oh my word, China Club.
Cam already had it on his favorites.
No, I'm just saying, Kyper, though, even living in New York, though, it's tough though because it's so expensive. If you're a big dog and you're making fucking millions, you don't need a car. You got a car service and shit like that. But if you're not, though, like, how was your setup there?
Okay, so I go from Hartford, Connecticut to the New York Rangers, okay? That's like, outhouse to penthouse. Mm-hmm. And I'm paying like $350 a month in Hartford. So I go down there and Mark Messier comes up to me and, welcome to the team. And, what's your status? I said, I'm single. He says, great. You're going to live in the city with the rest of us. So Brian Leach, Mike Richter, and Mess are all within like 5 blocks on the Upper West Side. And I said, oh my God, that's so cool. Okay. I'm going to live in the city. And then it just dawned on me for a split second to ask him, Mess, what would I have to pay, for maybe a 2-bed apartment, in New York City? And he says, you'd probably find something for, $3,000 a month. And my jaw just dropped. I'm paying $250 in Hartford, and he's saying $3,000 a month. And I'm like,
rat infested, $3,000 a month. You know how it goes.
No. There's some really good cribs. Good cribs. Like, you're talking about a good crib for $3,000.
Doorman.
So I go,
in the 90s,
it's out of my league. It's out of my league. But I finally get Brian Noonan to go halvesies on me.
Brian Noonan. Oh, yeah.
Blues. Noodles.
Ex-Blues.
I get Noodles to go halvesies on me. And we end up spending $1,700 a month each. And I will tell you, it's the best $1,700 a month I ever spent in my life.
Wow.
$3,000 now, though.
Oh, it's not going to.
It's rat infested. That's what I meant by that.
I feel like Brian Noonan right now is working for Mike Keenan somewhere. He was always Keenan brought him everywhere.
That's right.
He brought him here to St. Louis. Did you like Keenan? And he's been on
the podcast, by the way. He's been on the podcast. We get everybody.
And by the way, just so you know, he's done nothing. He's done nothing wrong.
He's done nothing. According to him, he's done nothing wrong.
I'm okay with Mike because he didn't shit on me. He didn't make me feel bad. He He didn't strip me down in front of my teammates, kind of just left me alone. So I know others don't feel that way, but I was always fine with him. Some good Keenan stories in my book too.
Oh, I bet.
Well, he played you game 7. He played you game.
Played me game 7.
Think about
baby.
that, though, Kip. Think about that. You didn't fucking play for a long time, and then they give you like little notes, and you got to write like a note to them or whatever the fuck that was. Like you're in college or high school again, and then all of a sudden you're playing in game goddamn 7. Like that's pretty hardcore.
Oh no. So I saw a couple of games in the first round against the Islanders, and then we stayed relatively healthy right to game 7. And then there's game 7, only one game lineup change, and that's me in for Joey Kosher. Ooh. And the rest of it almost felt surreal. I was out there. I was trying to hit everything that moved. I went to go hit Babbage. I missed him. I went headfirst in the boards. Hey. Probably would have cost me like 3 weeks in concussion protocol today. But holy jeez. And then you watch at the end of the game, and you've got all this, the whole New York Police Department in riot gear around the boards, linked with their arms. I'm going, what the hell is about to happen here? It was nuts. But if you're going to play in one game, play in a game 7 in the Stanley Cup final.
Cam and Strick Podcast here for our boy Dan Bellman with Bellman.com.
Yeah, baby.
You need some new wheels? Why not get a Cadillac, a Buick, a GMC? Yeah. Head out to Troy today. And again, don't forget about Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram right across the street.
No doubt.
Right there in Troy, Missouri. Visit them online. Check out their new selection, the pre-owned selection, the best service you will find anywhere in the country. Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
Now back to the interview.
So terrifying, actually. To fuck up. What if you fucked up on the wall, Kipper? Like, what if they played you and everybody's like, oh, yeah, he's in. Oh, cool. And you just couldn't get the fucking puck out of the zone, and all of a sudden you lose.
Pizza up the middle.
God. You'd crawl into a hole for fucking – we wouldn't be talking to you right now. We wouldn't be.
Buddy, I'd never be able to go back to New York City ever again.
No.
Ever.
You'd hide, man.
Did you?
We just last season went through our 25th anniversary of winning a cup. And I'm sitting there going, when I got there, we were 54 years removed from a championship. They're almost halfway there already. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's so crazy. We've had Neil Smith on here, too, man.
He was awesome.
We've had some of your guys, like, some of your former Rangers and whatever. Yeah. But, you mentioned the price and the cost of living in New York City, even going back then and whatever. Like, did you make more money as a broadcaster than you did as a player? Like, were you making more money at Sportsnet than you did as an NHL player, Kyper?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
And I was lucky because I hit it at the peak at Sportsnet, so I was able to kind of parlay that. But, at the time in New York, I was able to, I think my base salary was about $550, but Hartford. So what I did in Hartford was I put in all these unattainable bonuses. Like if we won in the first round, I get $25,000. If we won in the second round, I get another $30,000. We won in the third round, 40, and then if we won the Cup, 50.
In Hartford? The American League? That's your American League contract in Hartford?
No, Hartford was the Whalers were in the NHL.
Oh, okay,
camp.
Jesus, sorry. Hey, that's what fucked me up. My bad.
That's Cam. That's not Andy.
It's the American League now. Sorry. Sorry about that, Kyper.
Are you young?
Oh, God. Sorry. I embarrassed me. Go ahead.
Go ahead. That's not getting edited out, by the way.
Hartford didn't give a shit. They knew we weren't going to make the playoffs. They were giving me these bonuses like candy. So I get traded to New York, and all of a sudden now I got another $150,000 on the table, on top of my salary. So of course I was cheering a little extra hard that year for the Rangers and us to win the Cup.
Oh my God, that's amazing how that carries over.
I
too.
know.
Listen, you knew something there, Kyper. Okay,
yeah, dude.
You knew something. That's why you're an insider.
Yeah, he's been an insider.
And then next time you got Neil Smith on your show, you can ask him why he didn't want to pay me those bonuses after we won the Cup.
Oh.
Why don't you get him on your show?
Wait a minute.
Why don't you get him on your show?
Hold on. Did he ever pay you?
Oh.
I took the team to arbitration.
Holy shit! Wait, although he would blame it on whoever was above him, right? He would blame it on
exactly.
He would blame it on.
So wait.
That's exactly what happened.
He blamed it on Checkits.
You were making you weren't making that much money compared to everybody else, and you rely on these bonuses, man.
Yeah.
I went through the same thing in 2012. You get a fucking big bonus, but even a playoff, and he didn't pay you that. Is that what you're saying?
Nope, they didn't want to pay it. They said those are Hartford bonuses. Those aren't ours. I said no, they came with the contract, and they said no, they shouldn't come with the contract. So I had to take him to ARB.
Did you win?
I won.
Attaboy. I like that.
Easy.
I like that.
Easy win, easy slam dunk, and of course Neil said, "It's not me. It's." The people upstairs.
He said that a couple times on the podcast.
He said that a few times.
Said he wasn't as bad as Mike Keenan, but it's all good.
It was Checkits. I'm surprised Checkits didn't call and be like, "Hey, that's not true. That's not true."
And yes, Neil and I are still friends.
Yeah, no, he was great on here, man. He's been in the mix of so many different things. But like,
can I ask him about? Yeah, can I ask him something?
What?
Can I go back to his career real quick? I know we've been talking. We're all with you. It's awesome. See, guys like you are great because you can go to your career, you can talk about anything, whatever. But I do want to get back. You scored a lot of fucking goals in juniors, Kyper.
I know.
You scored a lot of goals. And then you don't get drafted. And then, like, your penalty minutes weren't up in juniors, so you weren't fighting consistently, right? Then you get to the show. You're not drafted. You got to prove yourself. I heard the stories about,
Why weren't you drafted first off?
Well, you scored 62, didn't you? What the fuck?
Well, to be quite honest, I was already committed to the Philadelphia Flyers when I scored 62. So I had signed a professional contract a lot earlier than the year that I had 62. So I was not draft eligible after I scored 62 goals. So I just want to make sure that that's clear.
Yeah, because that's ridiculous. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, listen, I mean, if you go to any period in junior hockey and you go look at team standings and team stats, you're going to find a lot of guys that scored 50, 60 goals.
No doubt.
And didn't get a sniff.
I play with them. I play with a lot
Not
of them.
Not a cup of coffee.
I know.
Right?
Yep.
Not a cup of coffee.
But you hit. You hit.
Yeah. And I hit it. So, it's all good. I got no complaints, boys. It was a good run, and it worked out. I played 435 more games than I thought I probably would, and got a pretty good broadcasting career out of it.
But were you a hitter in juniors? Like, were you tough in juniors?
Yeah,
like I know you
fought a little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
But you didn't have the okay. But my point is, when you got to the show, you're like, okay, I got to deal with the fucking big boys now. And like when I look at my career and I'm like, okay, I started doing that young, turning it on. Okay, be an animal, turn it off, try to play, whatever the case is. But you squeak by scoring, and all of a sudden you get to the show, and you're like, I gotta fucking go, Cats. Like, how'd you figure that? Did you box? How'd you get your confidence? What'd you do?
I just said there's other things that I can bring. If I'm not scoring goals or I'm not in a position to score goals, then you better do something else that you can. I like to hit. I like to hit in junior. Even the year I scored 62 goals, I think I had 100 penalty minutes. So
crushing guys.
Yeah, just find a way to hang in there until you can maybe score. So I go to the American Hockey League. We win the Calder Cup. I think I scored 25 goals. And then my best year in the NHL, I scored 17. So I showed a little bit of flashes there, Cam.
No, you did. No, way more than I did. And certainly Andy, we all know that. But like, you're a big guy. You're hitting guys like. Was it nerve-wracking to know sometimes, though, when you are playing on a third, fourth line, and you're like, okay, fucking Scotty Parker, or fuck somebody, like, are you like, God damn, like, how do I approach this? Was it nerve-wracking? Did you go? Did you sleep in there during when you know, like, sometimes you got to go because no one else is on your team? I
didn't deal with too much anxiety over it. Okay. It was like a Band-Aid that I just needed to rip off.
Yeah.
And I know some guys, I've had teammates too, Cammy, where you sweat it out, they don't sleep at night. They can't sleep in the afternoon. And then you're in a position where, you start looking to other things. Some guys drank, some guys did drugs. And it's like, I never got there. I just thought I just needed to do what I had to do. I had a bit of a business mentality. I don't love it. I don't want to fight. I want to score goals, but I also want a job, and I want to stay in the lineup, and I want a next contract. So you just did what you had to do.
So who had the biggest influence on you on that? Because I heard stories from other guys. I mean, Ryan Reeves didn't fight hardly at all in junior, and he's in the American Hockey League. And I think it was Jan Stasky,
Tim Kerr,
and Davis Payne, Tim Kerr, like whatever. Somebody tells them, hey, if you want to get to the next level, you got to have this element, man, as part of your game. Did somebody do that for you?
Yeah, Tim Kerr. When I signed with the Philadelphia Flyers, he was a great guy that took me under his wing, gave me advice. He said, I wasn't drafted. You got to buy time. And if you're going to score, it'll show. But in the meantime, just worry about the here and now and don't focus on what the end result is going to be. That'll look after itself. He was fantastic. And when I signed with the Flyers, my first contract.
Isn't that nice? So when you walk in the locker room, you're nervous. You're like, what am I? You don't know who you are yet. Your confidence is like, what the fuck? Like you're watching other guys do their stretches. Like besides him, like anybody else come up to you and say like, here, man, here, follow me. Or did you ever? I always wanted to go to the older guys though, Kyper, because I don't give a shit about the rookies. They don't know the town. Yeah. They don't know anything. They don't have any money. So I'd always try to hang out with the older guys.
No, for sure.
Right?
Dale Hunter in Washington, man.
Oh yeah.
Another great guy to kind of, life lessons. He was awesome. He was awesome in Washington, and he played the game hard, and he had good skill, and and look at what he does with the London Knights now. God. Look how many players he gets ready to play in the NHL. It's phenomenal.
Was Craig Berube around
dirty
there?
Bastard too.
Was Craig Berube around there back then or no?
Oh yeah, we had Craig Berube, we had Don Knockbauer, myself. Jeff Chikrin. We had a tough team, man, back then. That's the way the Flyers wanted it back then, though. Times have changed, but they had that blueprint from 1974, 75, Broad Street Bullies, and they carried it right through the mid-'80s, Talkett. Oh, my God, tough team.
All right.
Andy Strickland and Cam Jansen here for you for GadgetBuyback.com. Yeah. Gadget Lab, they got a store here locally if you're in St. Louis, 5541 Telegraph Road. Here's the deal. You got an old phone, maybe a cracked tablet. Maybe it's perfect, but it's a little bit older. Turn it in right now. www.GadgetBuyback.com. Upgrade your devices, phones, computers, watches.
Anything.
Doesn't have to be Apple either.
No.
Get those tablets turned in. Again, www.gadgetbuyback.com, 877-772-8880. Now back to the interview.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, Andy and I are from St. Louis. We grew up here. I was the first one ever to make it in the NHL. Whatever that means. But Andy's a good broadcaster, whatever the case is. Well, we got hardcore Blues fans here. And you know what? A lot of them remember in 1996, and they remember your name, and it is what it is. I want to ask you, after getting suspended and hitting guys weird, this, that, and the other, did you mean to do that? And if you say no, I'm going to have to call you out on that.
To Grant Fuhr.
To Grant Fuhr. He knows what I'm fucking talking about.
It's Cam. You played the fucking game, bud. It's not a black and white question. It's a gray question. So
I love it.
So tell me what you're really asking.
Okay,
me,
fine.
Tell me what I'm really answering the Blues fans.
Okay.
Did I mean to take Grant Fuhr's knee out?
Were you thinking about falling on him?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Just like I was thinking about hitting Caberlet hard. Just like
yes.
this, that, and the other.
Yes.
Okay.
Did I want to go into Grant Fuhr when Chris Pronger gave me a window of opportunity? Yes. Did I want Chris Pronger to pile on me after that? Yes. Did I want to upset the St. Louis Blues? Yes. Did I want to hurt Grant Fuhr's knee and take him out the rest of the series? No.
There it is. That's what I wanted out of you, Kyper.
But wasn't there like that? He came back. He started practicing.
He was
like the next day or something like that. Like there was talk that maybe he would come back. But listen, Pronger jumps on you. Like, can you describe what that feels like, Kyper, when he's on top of you?
Pronger will go down in history as being the most vicious, dirtiest, best defenseman in NHL history.
Nothing like him.
I love it, man.
Nothing like him. I miss him.
I know. We want him to skate with us. He doesn't do it.
I miss him. The league needs another Chris Pronger, man. It's boring without him.
Who do you compare? Is there anybody close in any? Is there Wendell Clark or Pronger? Is there anything like that? What would be your comparison if you had to choose today?
Today, Tom Wilson. I mean, Tom Wilson, plays the game pretty hard, and he's a great skater. Never going to light it up. Never going to be on many all-star teams or Olympic teams, but we could use more characters like that put people, on the edge of their seats in terms of, what's he going to do next? Yeah. And watching human nature act when a guy like that is on the ice. Like I never not knew when Chris Pronger was on the ice, because I knew at any point I could get a cross check in my teeth, Yeah. So there's no added there's not an added touch of that when we watch the game anymore. We just see a bunch of water bugs going 1,000 miles an hour. But it's a different game. There's a lot of good parts of the game today, but I do miss that intimidation factor that Pronger and many in our past had brought our game.
So remind me, did you come back and play in that series where you suspended? But just the next time you played against the Blues,
did anybody do anything?
I mean, Twist, tried his best to even the score then, but it was about advancing in the playoffs, and even back then we knew that you don't want to take a stupid penalty, you don't want to be in a position. They had the upper hand in the series. For Tony Twist, it wasn't about getting back at me, right then and there. But I knew at some point the next season I was going to have to fight Tony Twist. I mean, I have no business fighting Tony Twist ever. God. I don't have any business, saying anything but yes sir, no sir to Tony Twist. But I knew what I did. I knew I needed to go back into the city of St. Louis the next year, and I needed to fight Tony Twist. Ty Domi said to me countless of times, you don't have to fight him. That's my fight. And I said, 99 out of 100 times you're right, but not this one time. This time I got to fight him myself.
So you fought him, right? Or no?
I fought him the next season.
How'd that go?
I got it over with,
Riding the bull, riding the bull.
He didn't kill me. I didn't get hurt. I got beat up. I was on the bottom of a pile, but so what? I've been on the bottom of many more piles. That's just one more. But I needed to do what I needed to do, and there are consequences to stuff. Tony did his job. I thought I was doing my job. I could live with that.
Yeah, man. That's what you do. When you don't do that, then people fucking look. Once you do that, everybody forgets about it. I mean, the fans are different, but as far as that's what you want the players respect. Like, you don't want them to thinking you're fucking gutless. No, I fucked up. I fucked up, and I had to go pay the piper like we all do. Yeah. It is what it is. And when you do it, everybody gets it.
You felt it, and you know the build-up when you took out Cabriolet, and you knew the storylines and how Toronto fans felt. That's all part. Yeah. That's all part of playing professional hockey and following your team and loving your team and, answering the bell for not only, New Jersey fans, but, your teammates and your coaches and the pride of the organization. It's all part of it.
Exactly. Hey, so was Twister the toughest? I mean, when he was at his best, was he the fucking scariest motherfucker?
It's
God damn.
It's like trying to put your arms around a Coke machine.
He's a great dude, by the way.
It's impossible. Oh, listen.
Oh, fuck.
Twister, Chaser, that whole fraternity of those guys that did it and lived it and looked people in the eye when they did it and held people accountable. I mean, it's part of our history, man. It's not a coincidence, Cam, that those type of guys in a dressing room will always be the most popular guys.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And just household names. All right, before we get into pumping up your book, I heard you have a book. I don't know if anybody else has heard that. You have a book.
I want that story in the Hamptons, homeboy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not playing.
And we want people to go out and buy the book. But doing our world-class research this morning, like talking to Elliot and Darren Millard and some of these guys, I got to ask you one question, though, about when you got hit in the face with the puck in Washington. You're watching the game on the Jumbotron, and the puck hits you in the face.
Fuck?
Well,
what happened?
I got picked up by the Washington Capitals, in the waiver wire. I was supposed to play for the Philadelphia Flyers in '89, '90, and they got this score board where it actually shows the play-by-play of the game on the screen, and now every arena has a giant television monitor where you can watch the game, or see replays of it. But I started just doing it all the time. And, and then there was this one moment where Peter Bondra does a big loop around center ice to regroup, part of our side of the puck, or our side of the net. And then he wants to bank it off the sideboards. And I'm watching him shoot the puck, and I'm just looking at the screen going, holy shit, man, why would he shoot it in this direction? And then poof, hits me right in the eye. Knocks me completely backwards. I split open like a 5-inch gash underneath my eye. Blood's pouring everywhere. And at the old Cap Center, we have the benches right beside each other with just a plexiglass between us. And there's Guy Carbonneau just laughing his ass off at me watching the scoreboard and getting hit.
How is your head, by the way? You all good? I know he had to retire early. And
Yeah,
we all talked about it. Everybody knows about it. It's all good. But how is it?
Some good days, some tougher days.
You still feel it now, though, Kip? You still do?
Yeah, I'm 54. The other thing, though, Cam, I got out when I was like 32, 33.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to the well often and take a chance. So I think I got out early enough where, I still feel okay. Some days aren't great, but I don't know if it's just me being a 54-year-old man or being a 54-year-old man who played 12 years professional hockey and took some lumps. But I know for one thing for certain, there's a lot more guys are hurting a lot more than I am right now. So I count my blessings, man.
I do too, man. I feel like if I would have played one more year, somebody would have caught me fucking bad, and I would have been just in a jam. You fight that many times, it's like it's just bound to happen. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate you coming over. Let's talk about your book real quick.
Yeah.
What's the name of the book? And how do we get it?
Let's go.
A lot of these stories that we just spent the last 45, 50 minutes on are in the book. It's called Undrafted. I wrote it with Perry Lefko for Simon & Schuster. It's coming out October. I wish we were in August. October 20th, which is next week. So I'm sure you can Google it and find it on Amazon or Indigo or Chapters. But it really starts about growing up in Toronto. My parents both came from Greece, kind of got acclimated to Canadian life around the game of hockey. And I was able to kind of take that passion and turn it into not only a career playing professional hockey in the NHL, but a 20-year broadcasting career. So, again, a lot of the stuff that we discussed is in the book. I hope you guys enjoy it if you get a chance to read it.
Oh, for sure.
Well, you're going to send us some with your booze, too. We already made this.
What's up with this Buddha drink?
Yeah.
What's
what
that
we got
all
here,
about? What's
dude?
that
Let's
all
go.
about?
Little
Let's
Buddha.
go.
I got into the alcohol business. So it's funny. I'm 1 year away from Sportsnet, and my podcast is with a company called i3 Interactive, and they own online gambling. So I've gotten into the gambling business and the booze business all within 12 months.
It's a great recipe.
So our drinks have been doing very well in the LCBO, which is one of the biggest retail buyers in the world in Ontario here. And it's an organic vodka in a can drink. It's pineapple and rosemary, and it's called Little Buddha. It's no preservatives, gluten-free, no sugar, all organic. So we like to think that we checked a lot of boxes off for millennials. I think that's what they want.
Andy's going to drink it now, by the way.
I'll be all over it.
He can finally drink something now. Besides Bud Light Seltzer, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
so,
yeah. No, that we're gonna send it to us. Send us some stuff, man. I'm sorry, but
send us some.
We'll get it down.
We'll take pictures and all that jazz.
Yeah, we'll take pictures
absolutely.
with it.
Yeah, dude, we'll pump it up. Fucking A.
As soon as the borders open up, I'll send you a case.
You're fucked for 28 days, baby. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you're chilling for 20. That's all right. Make a fire. Do your shit.
That's
you're
right.
all good.
All right, Kyper. Hey, listen, man. Great stuff, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
you're the
coming
man,
on
dude.
and all the best. Are you ever going to get back into TV? Like, do you miss it? Like, is that going to happen or no?
Yeah, I don't think so. Honestly, it would just. It's supposed to be fun. Like, look, you guys are working, but you're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for me to go back to that environment would be work. And I'm thinking exit strategy, man. I'm thinking,
Dude, I get it.
Beaches, golf,
Fuck
retirement. Yeah. I'm not thinking about going to work.
Well,
why would you go to work when you could do it in your goddamn office?
Maybe Millard will bring you out to Vegas. It seems like he's having fun out there. Those guys have fun or no?
Oh, yeah. No. Millard's a lifer. They're going to kick him out when he's like 80 to the curb. That's
at the casino.
That's not me, man.
I hear you.
I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm running away. Millard's going to be there until he's 100.
Yeah. Plus, you
Kyper,
plus you never brought a pen with you to the meetings. He told me that this morning. Pen me. You know what he said.
I got 1,000 pens from people giving me pens from Sportsnet the last 20 years.
I love it.
Go enjoy yourself, buddy.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on, big boy.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Kick your feet up.
Right on.
See you, man.
Kyper.
Take care.
See you, boys.
Bye.
That was Nick Kypreos on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast, man. I mean, cool ass dude, Cam. Just a cool ass
dude. He's a cool cat, man. Totally cool cat. Did his shit. Figured out he scored a bunch of fucking points in juniors, and he's just like, okay, I'm gonna go in there in the NHL and I'm gonna do the same thing. Well, no. A lot of times that just doesn't happen. And he figured it out, and he started fighting guys. And I asked him, like, when guys do that, when they didn't fight much in juniors, and all of a sudden they're like, I can't score 30, 60, or whatever the fuck he did. And I had to figure it out, like, that's tough to do because it's not in you, right? Like, you're not born to be a fighter. Like, Trevor Gillies and fucking, these hardcore cats, Twister, all of us, like, we wanted it always. It wasn't just like, oh, I have to do this. No, it's like, I'm a psycho. I want to be a bad motherfucker. He was scoring. And so to turn that, to have to do a 180 like that in the NHL is hardcore, man. And he did a great job.
Yeah, but you know what? He said that he wasn't one of those guys that couldn't sleep all day long thinking about it. Was that how you were? Were you nervous about who you had to fight?
Oh, yes, because not like, oh, God, I'm scared. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to do it. Let's go. I got my buddies. Like that kind of nerve-wracking.
Were you scared about? Were you ever scared about being embarrassed?
That's what all it was being embarrassed. And, yeah, getting knocked. I was never afraid of getting hurt. I was afraid of getting knocked out and having it over and over. Like, then everybody thinks everybody thinks all that shit you've done. And all of a sudden you have a monster knockout against you, and you're like, that's what everybody thinks of you, kind of thing. I don't know. It's just, it's petty, but it's kind of not.
But you know what? You think about Kyper, at least for me. Like, I mean, I knew who he was as a player, like 100%, like 1,000% knew who Nick Kypreos was.
Yeah, big time.
But, like, I didn't look at him as what his career suggests he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was, like, watching hockey when I was a kid and he's playing, I'm not like, oh, here's a dude with, like, 300-plus penalty minutes. He fights all the time. I just never really looked at him like that. And then all of a sudden you look at his career, and that's exactly who he was. He fought a shit ton. I think he fought Twister like 4 times, something like that.
I know. I don't remember. I remember him getting buckled by Vandy, Bushy or whatever. But I don't remember like it's just big, like toe-to-toe fights. I think he just was a third, fourth line guy that grinded it. It's like, you want to go? And like, I think kind of like a Chris Dingman a little bit, or I don't know. Not that like take it off, buckets off at center ice. Let's go.
Can we talk about something though?
What?
Can we talk about something?
Yeah.
The fact that you thought Hartford was the Hartford
Wolfpack.
That like, up. What are you talking about?
Because the
Rangers... You didn't know he played for the Whalers?
Yeah, I did know that. It just something else popped in my head.
You're I'm like, in the American League.
He's like, I'm making like 90 grand, 100 grand, this and that. I was like fuck, I go for the Wolfpack. I'm like, no, oh fuck.
He's like, no, Cam, the NHL.
No, I know. Thank you. I know. I fucked up. We should have edited that out.
Hey, he talks about. No, we're leaving that in. He talks about the. He talks about the like that competition that exists with like these Canadian networks. Like, how do you view that? How do you view that from the outside looking in, Cam? In terms of like the pressure these guys are under, like to have to, like for me, like if I break a story, if I'm really working on a story, you want to break a story, like it feels amazing, it's great, whatever, you're happy you did it, but I don't really like have any direct hardcore competition where my boss is over my shoulder being like,
I know
you have to beat that guy, and if you don't, then how much money you make in your next contract will be reflective as to how many times you beat that network and that guy over there. And if you want to work here, you better do it, and you better do it consistently. Like, dealing with that pressure is completely different. But that's why I had to ask him, though, Cam. Like, a lot of times these guys, and listen, I know all of them very well. Like, I told you, man, I got a ton of respect for guys like Drager and Elliot Friedman and these guys, man. But there's times when they will tweet it out like 15 seconds apart from each other, like word for word, the exact same thing. That's why I said to Kyper, wait, when you work for a rights holder at the network level, are you getting information firsthand that's coming directly to you from the league once a trade call is made or once a contract is registered? And he said yes. You always knew it, but he confirmed it.
Yeah, it's very, very bizarre. I wouldn't want people to direct my personality like that, I guess. And, not that that's the case always, but I don't know. I don't know. I like to kind of be free, and I think it works. And even on a radio show, Andy, though, and for people that don't know, like it's a pretty freelance. You can be yourself. Yeah, it
not
really
everywhere.
Not everywhere.
Like, radio.
We have a good.
And media to me is all about like you want to enjoy it. You want to have fun with it.
I know. Can I come in and I don't need to break down everything. If I want to talk about what happened to me last night, because like a squirrel came in my freaking house, and I got to be like, what? Why? And the cat went after it, and the squirrel punched the cat, and blah blah blah. I got to talk about that. Like we're other places where you have to get the 15 minutes, boom, you're done. You have to go to commercial. 15 minutes on the ins and outs of the ERA of Carlos Martinez. Like I don't want to do that. If I want to talk about like, if you had $1 billion, what would you do? I'd buy a castle in Scotland and act like a king. I kind of like that conversation more than breaking down the nitty gritty of every detailed thing that's going on currently in your current city. Mm-hmm. Anyway, does that make sense? Yeah.
No, but Kyper's cool. That's what I got. Kind of what I was talking about before, man. He didn't like really need all that. He's like, okay, you know what?
Dude, do your
going
shit.
in a different direction. I'm gonna do my own thing, and now he's doing that. So, really cool interview, man. Enjoyed talking with Nick Kypreos on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast. And as always, brought to you by CarShield and CarShield.com. Cam, mention the promo code Cam. You're gonna save 10%. CarShield.com. Don't be stuck at the gas station. Don't be calling your dad to pick you up and he's like, hey, I'm reading the paper. Or
he's like, you walk out of a restaurant in downtown Eureka and everybody's waving to you goodbye and they're saying, hey, bye, Cam, nice to see you.
Bye, Cam.
And like, see you guys. See ya. Good seeing you all.
And your car won't start.
And take care. God bless America. What's wrong with Cam? Oh, his car doesn't start because he's a goddamn Hoosier. That sucks. Don't let that happen.
Well, that could happen, but you know what? You want to make sure you have the protection like you had in case it does happen, because then you tell them where to take your car. They hook you up with the rental car. And again, they fix it just like that. Small fee. Doesn't cost a lot of money. Pay that small fee. Make sure you get that protection with CarShield and carshield.com. Again, mention that promo code CAM. You'll save 15%. Bud Light Seltzer, baby.
Yeah.
Black cherry, strawberry, lemon, lime, and mango. Mango.
It's mango. And I want them – look, it's always like a Sunday when everybody starts, like, throwing the pictures around, you know, Andy? We're like, I want some, like I'm like we talk, it's like, where's everybody's, like, chill zone? Like, let's go, people. And then all of a sudden the Sundays come around, like, here you go, Cam. Like, here we are. Like, I love it, man. Like, it just puts us – like, sometimes I can't, like, give a comment for every single one because it's like this – if you know I like it, like, I'm like – it put a smile on my face. I love that shit, dude. Mm-hmm. I honestly puts a smile on my face. And pretty soon, Andy and I both are going to be doing some good social media stuff. When we just got to get in our new establishments. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, Bud Light Seltzer, man. It'll put a smile on your face. I like that.
Yeah, man.
It'll
Find
put
that
a
place.
Smile on your face with Bud Light Seltzer.
Yoink.
Again, you can get the variety packs as well. They got the cranberry, the grapefruit, the pineapple.
Mango.
Strawberries come in that variety pack as well. Or you can just get a case of mango.
They got cases of mango, don't they? That's sick tough. They know
HockeyTraining.com. HockeyTraining.com. Listen, our message is pretty clear. It's pretty simple. Don't be a Leo. Don't be a Leo. Who is Leo, Cam? Who is Leo?
Listen. We all know, all you Canadian boys, all you Canadian boys, when I go to these fancy camps, are like, hey, when I come in, I'm like, you guys always talk about your own little town, and whether it's Saskatchewan or Manitoba, it doesn't matter. I know it's always the same funny, cool cats everywhere. And you guys know, when you got fucking Leo, and it's like 3 minutes before you go on the ice, and he fucking strolls on like, he's like, Leo. I'm like, oh, fuck. Leo's here? He doesn't even know if he has a right-handed stick and a left-handed stick. He don't even fucking know what he's doing. And Leo goes up there, 3 minute fucking shift. He fucking hooks you. He hooks you, Andy. And the other thing he fucking does, Leo, he slashes your sticks. My precious $200 sticks, fucking Leo, who doesn't know shit because he doesn't do hockey training, slashes sticks. I want to kill him. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Leo. That's his fucking name. All of them.
And he's slow.
He's slow, too.
And he's soft in the corners.
And he's fucking cheap.
Off the wall. Can't get pucked.
And he's cheap. He drinks all the beer in the locker room. He doesn't fucking provide anything. He's like, I'm fucking Leo. But fuck you, Leo. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
You want to get quicker. You want to get more explosive. Check out hockeytrainer.com. Get that speed kit. That's what I did. You want to learn a special.
You better.
You want to learn the Svechnikov, the Austin Matthews, the Ovechkin, whatever it is.
How about just time out? How about just learn not to be Leo? How about learn not to be Leo? How about to be like a cool cat, like fucking Scotty walks in, like Scotty's here. Cool, Scotty. Look at that Scotty. Like fucking Scotty works his ass off. Like, he doesn't have great hands, but he, like, just knows where to stop. He'll get back and poke check you. He'll fucking stop on that. He'll get the puck out. He's, like, fun. He does 40-second shifts. Or Leo's is like, fuck you, Leo. Scotty's a cool cat.
Don't be a Leo. HockeyTraining.com. Get yourself better today. How about Bellman and Bellman.com? BehlMann.com. Again, check out their new inventory and check out their used cars as well. All out there in Troy, Missouri. One side of the street, you've got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. On the other side is the Cadillac, the Buick, the GMC. Cam's looking at the Buick Enclave with captain seats. I'm checking out an Escalade. You can get a Jeep. On the other side, just make sure you shop it around, man. See which one is the best fit for you. And again, you're going to get the best service, best customer service anywhere you will find in the country with Bellman and Bellman.com. No swinging what, Cam?
I'm not going to say it. I've cussed too much on this one. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to say there's 10 Leos coming out of that fucking mug. like car dealership Leo's. Like this is the same fucking thing, right? Like you get my drift what I'm saying with this.
Dude, I know
it's
exactly
the same guy. It's just a different like.
It's like Leo at the rink and then Leo when he's selling cars.
It's a car dealership Leo. God bless America. You're like, fuck this guy. Like it doesn't happen there, man. Get out of my face, dude. I can't take you. I can't take you. You guys know exactly. I'm done with it. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't happen at Bellman. Like it just doesn't. Anyway, you guys know.
Doesn't happen at Victor Hockey either. Check out the hats, the hoodies. VictorHockey.com. Check them out on Instagram. Check them out on Twitter at Victor Hockey USA and hook yourself up. I got a picture from somebody sent me a picture yesterday. He's like, now there's more than 2 people in St. Louis wearing this hat. I said, well, there's a lot now because people are buying their hats from Victor Hockey. So keep buying those at Victor Hockey USA on Instagram and Twitter. KeepItHandsome.com. Now check this out. Listen, high-end salon products from Montreal. Everything in Montreal is better. It smells better. It's fresher. God. Okay? Just put your hands to your hair. The women are hotter. There's a reason for it. But the shampoo, the conditioners. King Louis the 14th. That's right. The sculpting paste. The head balm, the beard moisturizer, dude. There's so many different things to choose from that make you smell better, make you feel better. You want to have confidence? You want to feel like you're the opposite of Leo? Keep it.
Do you want your wife to smell your like? I like to smell like when Kate's like dolled up, right? Like honestly, and we're out and like I just want to smell. Is it weird that I want to smell her hair and she smells so good? Like you're just like a pure human being. When I put this honestly shampoo and conditioner on. She smells my hair. She's like, I like you now. Like, you smell good for once. You're not disgusting as usual. I can smell your hair and actually get turned on.
Make your hair thicker. Make your hair thicker.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I look like fucking Antonio Banderas right now, homie.
And check out their hoodies, the Fight Ugly hoodies.
Yeah. Those are badass.
Matthew Kachuk on Instagram. If you want to go check that out, let's go back to our Instagram page. You can find it. Fight Ugly. Check it out. If you're in Canada, you can buy them on Amazon in addition to going to keepithandsome.com. Here in the States, again, 15%. Mention that promo code Cam and Strick at the checkout. You're going to save that money. But Fight Ugly, man. These things are sick. They're cool looking. And most importantly, Cam, it supports a great cause.
Yeah. Dude, you fight the ugly and you keep it handsome afterwards. It's anti-bullying. We've all been through it. I got pissed on. We talked about that before. I got fucking pissed on. It's like, whatever. Like, this motherfucker's... Don't say his full name. Don't say his full name. He pissed on me, Andy, a sound bitch. And then became buddies with him because I kept it handsome afterwards. After I we went toe-to-toe. But I had to stick. My dad's like, don't you ever. And I'm like, I got this, baby. And I went toe-to-toe with this big old boy. And then we became buddies. But I kept it handsome afterwards, Andy. And that's the main thing. Keep it handsome. I fought the ugliness at the time. He probably went through some hardcore shit, but then he was cool afterwards. I'm like, I'm sorry I pissed on him. I'm like, it's all good, baby. I washed them clothes.
Keep it handsome and Fight Ugly. And again, a portion of the proceeds from the Fight Ugly hoodies supports the Montreal Resource Center, dude, which, fights anti-bullying charities, man, because we love that. Okay,
yeah, so support absolutely. These. Happens everywhere.
So support them for a great cause. And get that, man. You're supporting the podcast, too, when you're getting these
dude,
hoodies.
It keeps it running, man.
I want to see people walking around town. I want to see people tweeting pictures of us wearing these hoodies too. All right.
Well, I want you to take pictures of them. I don't want them taking pictures of us. Take pictures
I want them
of
taking pictures of themselves.
Yeah, well, say it right then.
And send it to us. Take a picture of yourself. Send it to us. KeepItHandsome.com. Fight Ugly, baby. All right. Cope24 and Cope24.com. Our girl Renee. Speaking of sick hair, I mean, she's got ridiculous flow.
She's the sweetest. She puts a smile on my face. Did I look great in that magazine? I don't know.
No, you didn't even know it was picture day. Okay?
I looked a little autumny. Is autumny a word? I look very fall.
Very October. Very October.
I look like a goddamn pumpkin. And I look stiffer than fuck. God,
so bad. That's what you wore.
I got
Cam, you're going to be on the cover of a magazine. Cool. I'm going to wear my orange shirt.
I got chirped on Twitter. Fuck. It wasn't good.
So bad.
I'm going to make it bad. You know what? I blame it on my wife. She dressed me that day.
Oh, my God. All right, so Cope24, we got a big event coming up. We'll tell you about that as we get closer. Coke24.com, changing our parenting experience. All right, that's Cam Jansen. I'm Andy Strickland. We got through it. We're not in the same room.
God, we sound like shit, dude. People are going to fucking beat us.
We were for the interview, but we weren't for the open and the close.
You sound like dog shit, as usual.
Yeah, well,
You're driving around the poor part of Clayton or in Amladoo, probably getting robbed. I don't know. I can't even hear you.
I'll see you next time. This has been the Cam and Strick Podcast.